And we are live. Welcome everyone to the first Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice live stream. We got one more game, and then we're done Ace Attorney completely. Dusk, what's up, man? How you doing? How's your Thursday been? I'm gonna get myself a bit situated. And 135 straight streams. That's too many. That's too many. That should not be a thing. Playing some of the show. What are you doing, Road to the Show or franchise? Or Diamond Dynasty? Which I will say, I've been watching some Diamond Dynasty stuff. Diamond Dynasty is the only one of those type of modes that I fully endorse. Because that game is built so you don't have to, you know, fully play online. And that's what I like about it. Alright. Let me get the in-game audio going. And we will start this one up. I've already got the walkthrough, if need be, ready to go. So let's hit this new game button. Let's get going. The final of the Ace Attorney games. Don't attack the judge like that. Dude, the elbow. I saw somebody getting the Judas effect. One month ago. My cabbages! I feel like we just entered Bossing Say. Nope, the game is not muted at all. I had to turn it down because it was a little loud. You just have your volume very low. Oh shit. And the priestess can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death, in the name of the Holy Mother. Fear only the impurities of your soul. I'll have the child take the blame. Okay, wanna be Jesus? I can tell you now, the game's louder than it normally is. Well, on my end. Because normally I sit with it at around like the 40 mark. It's sitting at around like the 38, 37 mark. So I turned it down because I thought it was a little loud. Let's see, can I get this? No, that's not gonna change anything. I'll turn it up a tad bit, but I thought it was loud. From where I normally am. Yeah, I'm a little louder than normal, but meh, that ain't that bad. Alright. I was practicing it in my head and I already forgot how to pronounce it. April 23rd, 4:26 p.m. Kingdom of Karian. Whew! I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Karian. Huh. What a long trip. Wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. There is no more in Ba Sing Se. What the fuck is that Pokemon Snap sound effect? Get a load of this street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. This ain't America. Huh. And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Like that kid's just standing there. Wow! An ox right in the middle of the street! I have to get a picture of that. Bruh, Phoenix quit it. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has. Excuse me, sir. What? Oh. Yes? Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes. That's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute. Are you? That's right. Oh, I'm gonna brutalize these names. Never mind. Never mind. I got it. I got his name as soon as I tried to sound it out. I got his name. I got it. That's right. I'll be your guide at your service. It's I'll be your guide. I'm a monk in training at. I'm sorry. Why would you? Oh, God. Sometimes this game goes a little too far. I'm a monk in training at Temple, and I'll be your guide around town. All the names have been puns. That's their whole running gag, is names are just puns. We had April, May to start the games. Like, come on. They gave it to us early in the early games. They're going real heavy on the puns this time around. It's very nice to meet you. Hapirikai. Happy? What now? Hapirikai. That's how we greet people here in Korean. I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. It's like hello or how do you do. It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Hapirikai. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Not a law office, Phoenix. It's an anything office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. I feel so dumb. I thought the top of his hair was part of the hat. I feel so stupid. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Kirin, land of spirit mediums and mystery. That second part, I don't feel like should be part of it. This is for you to celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is the famous Kirinese sweet bun. It's called a magatamam. Magatamam, or soul bun. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy, it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. Bruh, I just got here and they're trying to send me to the fucking Shadow Realm with food? That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That will be 20 damas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand. So just let me know if you want any more. What the fuck did we get ourselves into? Why are we here, more importantly? No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. That's why I figured we were here. She can't come see you for a few days yet. Yeah. When I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait here for her. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I'm just waiting for the moment Maya shows up, just because if Jaren's in chat, he's gonna hate it more than anything. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her Aztec I read it wrong. So my brain immediately clicked that I read it wrong, so I stopped. I came all the way here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. I'll be. This is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Ah, shucks. She said that? That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too. There's one person Maya was worried about. It's me. Because we... Yeah, I'm not going to read it in her voice yet. She's got to show up for that. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That girl worries too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. Ugh. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh, well, you know. I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Thanks. That'd be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves.
Yikes. You don't have to shove.
First stop, Temple. Right there in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you.
Oh, I will say, I'm feeling the vocal cords today because I warmed up with Terracotta Pie by System of a Down. I did not realize how good of a vocal warm-up Terracotta Pie is. It's all because of how quickly paced it is. It's a really good vocal warm-up. Terracotta Pie. It's a pie. Terracotta Pie. Was it Terracotta Pie? No, wasn't Terracotta Pie. God, what is it? What was the track? Yeah, I don't remember what the track was, but it was a good vocal warm up. It was System of a Down. Wow, it's even more impressive up close.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town. Temple. It was created by the founder of Curanism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at the temple to be a monk someday.
I read that the people of this country are all adherent of Curanism. Curanism. There we go. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are revered. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could. Oh, never mind, wrong person. This is Albie.
The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with other ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. Do they do TikTok dances?
The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the dance of devotion, right? The dance of devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the song of ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The dance of devotion has the power to...
But hold it! Slow down!
The dance of devotion has the power to summon forth souls from the Twilight Realm. In Curanism, we believe souls carried away by the sacred Curanese butterfly. Its wings from the loop that wraps around the soul to transport it.
I hope you got all that. It's going to be on the quiz. I can't remember all of that at once.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country.
Well, that's sure true.
I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does.
Let's see. I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount, only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage.
I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too.
Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. She stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother.
Really? An hour? Hope that counted as patience training.
And she seemed real interested too. She listened to my whole speech.
Also, quick question here, Albie. How old are you if you were giving these questions to Maya? Because I would assume Maya's been here for a while. I would assume. Maybe not. Maybe she just recently got here. Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know.
Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey we're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. They're summoning Ho-Oh.
Oh no!
What's the matter?
Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyric card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go!
But why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence dance of devotion.
Her benevolence? This is moving so quickly. Fucking Animu already. Yeah. Yeah, I see why Albie wanted to quicken the pace. Man's got himself a crush. Oh shit, the cops are here! Everybody, scatter! It's funny hearing someone else say the name. I'll just say this much. If you're telling me that this kid killed a man, like, no. No. I don't care what your evidence is. It's obviously bullshit. This kid probably doesn't know how to kill a fucking worm, let alone a human being. Like, this is maybe the worst possible person you could have tried to tell me committed a murder. Like, there are so many other people that would have been smarter people to pin this on. about Maya in game one. Okay, Maya, in game one, Maya's tough to pin a murder on. In game one. By the end of the game, you could totally pin a murder on Maya. 100%. I believe it. By the end of the game, you could totally pin a murder on Maya. I fully believe it at that point. Early on, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. This kid, right now, you couldn't tell me this kid's killed anything in his life. He sees a bug, and he lets that thing walk free. This kid couldn't murder nothing. Let me in! Why won't you let me in? I accidentally unpaused the music. Ow. I just muted it, so now you guys won't have to deal with it if I do that again. Oh. 'Cause you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? Well, now that you bring that up and you also have an AK in hand, yeah, nothing. I get it, totally. I'll say, I think I can lower my volume now. I told you, my friend is on trial in here. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. Treason. I can't speak. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. I'm gonna bullshit him and see what happens. Actually, I'm gonna do something real quick. Because I currently have notifications off. And I want to see if I get a trophy out of this. Actually, never mind. I actually have them on. I thought I had them off. Actually, I used to be Pyrenees. What? I lived here when I was little. Oh, really? What town are you from? Oh, well, it was a tiny village called Phoenixia. There's no such place. Did you really expect to get away with a bare-faced lie like that? Busted. Well, I guess that means there's only one thing left to say. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom. Wait! Get back here, you! I forgot we had him in the tiger getup. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? Okay, well, like we do with everything, it's a judge, which means no matter what, it's the same voice. I don't care. Because in these games, the judge is the judge. The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Well, fuck. What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started. This judge doesn't have a Wattpad, he's got an OnlyFans. That's going on my OnlyFans.
Guilty? That's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look.
Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities?
But I didn't.
Oh, God, you son of a bitch.
Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Kyrianism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence. Allow me to explain. I beg of you.
I'm sorry. It looks like your crush is not going to go well for you. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Be silent, imprudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul.
God damn!
But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney?
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as royal priestess, and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul.
As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Erdihara, Kyrian.
Objection!
So Karani is what it is. Wow. Wait just one moment.
Yeah.
Ugh. Me and my big mouth. What now?
Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now. So, I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me. Who on earth are you? Well, an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through. Yeah, a tourist, are you? Haparaki. But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney. Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait. What? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the kingdom of Kyrian. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seances determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? This is one of them styles of kangaroo court, I say.
You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff?
The bailiff is the big, scary dude with the big, scary gun, isn't he?
I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir for your travels.
God damn! Her benevolence isn't so benevolent. The cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt.
Now, hold on. Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this.
I'll be. Well, I'll be.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya.
But
forget about me. You have to go now. Yeah, I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. But it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry.
the poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? Well, I mean, there's only one right answer here. It's very obvious as well what that right answer is. It's obviously go find Maya because we are just a tourist. We're not fit for this. And we should not deal with the power of her benevolence. The whole reason I came to this country was to see Maya. And I'm just an outsider here. with no knowledge of the way they do things. But I'm still a defense attorney, first and foremost. I can't just let a verdict be handed down when nobody's standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm good. You can't be serious. Did you hear that? Is he out of his mind?
Heaven forbid. Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that.
I most certainly can. Don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright.
I imagine that's just what he's doing. Dear Lord, this trial is longer than I thought it was. Wow. I was thinking we were going to zoom right through this trial. Yeah, it's a little longer than I thought it was. Okay. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out.
Your Majesty, if you please.
You have something to say, Mr. Payne.
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could only prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Right. Mr. Whoever you are? Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? Is it the same Mr. Payne? Oh my God. I thought it was. I thought they were going to say it was, but then again, I'm like, okay, they always do counter, like, versions of the people, so I thought maybe it was just, a counter version of Payne. The fact that it is the same gasping Payne. I love it. I love it.
That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
I'll say right now, those were not the words I ever expected to come out of her. She suddenly became down south and like 60. Yeah, even that's a little too young for that. Like she became 85.
Heavens to Betsy.
That's what I imagine she just sounded like. There's no way she would have said that looking at her. No way.
What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney?
In this outfit? Fuck yeah. A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I mean, look at these clothes. I guess there aren't that many lawyers around here.
Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country?
But Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case.
Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try.
But I have a previous engagement, you see. A clash together with the missus.
Your Majesty, I agree. We should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom.
A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country?
Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, your benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself.
Very well, Mr. Payne. That is what you and her benevolence want. I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about?
There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier.
That's Chief Prosecutor or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough why that is when you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law.
Why is he so strangely confident? Not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch, the defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor! Crush the defense devil. This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Yeah, what the hell do they have against fucking defense attorneys? I've got so many questions right now. Now, if you would, please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne.
Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes: larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Fat Roll, Temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding.
I think they did this man a disservice. How dare they name him Fat Roll? That is just rude. Look at that. He's skinny as shit, too. That's an insulting name.
We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure.
To kill a god armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act.
I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo.
It's been a long time since we have evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking in the court record. Cause of death, cerebral contusion from a head injury, so blunt force trauma. Alright. We got a scroll. Man's gun still holstered. Okay. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation.
Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown.
Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? I'm tongue-tied you would say that. Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama of the Holy Mother. I was about to say Holy Spirit. Close enough. Very similar here. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. Don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty? What is it now? This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead?
It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright.
I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. Just want to know something. Okay. Fucking gasping pain. He's 56? Man, he hasn't aged a day. Dear Lord, I'm older than Fat Roll. Fuck. I just love the fact that the cops stormed in and arrested a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old. Like, come on. And I personally thought he was a tad bit older than 9. I can't believe they waltzed in there and arrested a 9-year-old.
For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room, but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people.
Treasure box forced open and its contents stolen. The average person can only see it in this newspaper article. Ooh. I feel like doing Gaspin Payne's voice, or the voice that I am technically doing, Monokuma's voice, is just very, like, it works all my brain. Tires me out real quick. I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple.
Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused.
So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. Is that it?
The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help with the family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training.
Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume? What? No! I do have questions! Even more! But you just asked a bunch! Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? You still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot more I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know about? God, why am I yawning so much? The crime scene. Mr. Payne, where'd the crime take place?
What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple.
Oops. That's right.
Have you even been paying attention? These lying lawyers, not only do they lack morals, but memory too.
He apparently has all the brain power of a barnyard chicken, Your Majesty.
That explains why he has a crest like a rooster.
No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Your Majesty, please let me try again. The motive. What do you claim was the defendant's motive?
Mr. Payne has already explained that. He wanted to sell the treasure in order to help his family with living expenses.
Ah, yeah. Guess it slipped my mind.
So it's true what they say about lawyers never listening to anyone but themselves.
My apologies, Your Majesty. Please, let me give it one more try.
Very well, if you must.
Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it.
How utterly reprehensible, using the sacred treasure box for murder.
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing. Yeah, I thought I read that wrong. The accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, grown man, on the head. Ah, a very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would make them make up for their difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there is anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused...
Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a bit?
I told you, I have plans. Ah! I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast?
He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense The defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean, what do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall.
And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years.
Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty.
What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty.
The fact that this place is like, yeah, you know what? 20 years since an actual trial has happened. That's just the power of her benevolence.
Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say.
Oh yeah, I didn't see, nope. I wanted to see the age of her benevolence because I wanted to see if we were looking at a Anakin Skywalker and Padme situation here. Oh, how kind of you, your royal painness. You see what he did there? He essentially called him a penis. Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway.
In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand.
No, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty.
Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would.
I'll be your guide.
I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too.
Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right. Let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, I might add. He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick, if you please.
The defense. Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right.
You tricked me.
What?
I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back the Magatama. The Magataman I gave you yesterday.
Albie, what's gotten into you?
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
Now even Albie's against me? But why?
This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright. Being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon. During the break between the morning and afternoon dance of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. All right.
Whew. Aye. Good old testimony.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Koreanese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route.
Yeah, I think I already know what the contradiction is. Because, that doesn't look like there's a green butterfly on it. Maybe it's just me, but it does not look like there's a green butterfly on it. Although we can't see that angle, so never mind. Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know.
I bet Albie looked up to him.
But he had to give that up and go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way, he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So, Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he said. He was always cheering me on in my training, and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You express yourself well. Defense. Now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied?
If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion.
But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet.
That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long. I don't rightly recall what the cross-examining thing is all about.
A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this?
I really do wish I could remember how it works.
Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Not necessary. I'd better save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. He'll just have to watch and see how it's done.
Hold it!
Right. Let's press everything like we do. Let's see, where are we right now? So we are... Whew. I believe you didn't do either of those things, Albie.
You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that.
Now, there's no need for that.
But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't let me in with that, lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything, and I didn't kill anybody.
Hold it!
You're not allowed to go near the treasure room? Why is that?
It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room.
Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it.
Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind?
I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You've got to believe me.
Hold it!
A box with a butterfly on it.
Yeah, you can see it in the newspaper article. Look. See? There's a relief of... Yeah, there's a relief of the Kyrionese butterfly on the treasure box.
Oh, this design here carved on the back of the box. See it now.
It's a sacred butterfly said to carry the soul, or midama, of the departed. Its wings form a loop that cradles the mitama and carries it to the twilight realm.
As you can see, there's even one depicted here behind me at the judge's bench.
Well, what do you know? There it is. Though it kind of looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself.
Anyway, I've never even seen this treasure box. Besides...
Hold it!
Planning out your tour route?
Yes, I was planning out a tour for you.
For me? Well, thank you, Albie.
I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer. I wasted all that time on you. Give it back. I'm about to hit up some Morgan Wallen. I'm about to just hit up that Morgan Wallen here. Let me grab my guitar, get a hat, and well, do some things I shouldn't.
Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. I need to know. I need to know. Was that put in there as a Doctor Who reference? I need to know if that was put in there as a Doctor Who reference or not. Because the only thing that I would ever expect anything to say Time Lord for would be Doctor Who. Like, come on. Come on. Actually, as Susie heard that's what I am, he's been like a totally different person. I certainly don't think Albie committed murder. However, hell yeah. I do remember the Dalek style crowd chant. I do remember that. I don't remember the TARDIS joke. I don't remember the TARDIS joke. I believe it's probably with her underwear, given it's her magical underwear, but I do not remember the TARDIS joke.
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
That outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd willingly tell me the truth. I'd better compare his statements in the court record carefully. If I find inconsistency, I can present some evidence and maybe get him to open up. Yeah, buddy, how the fuck you know what color it is?
Objection!
Oh, B. Why would you lie to me? Why would you lie to me? It's gonna get caught for copyright. Why would you do that? It's gonna get caught for copyright on my intro. Thank God I don't make money off YouTube. So, you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box. Is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that.
In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article.
Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures, unless maybe you're a canine. And you magically wound up seeing colors. Hold on. His bag. Did it just move? Pokona! I beg your pardon?
Polkuka kunka is a word in Koreanese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it?
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
But, just a moment. The accused was lying. Then that just makes him even more suspicious than ever.
And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell me the truth. Darn. I just can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So accused. You have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you?
Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't.
Objection!
That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of the temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused fingerprints were found on the scroll.
What?
Oh no! Where is it? It's not here. Yeah, I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed. You must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim.
No, 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 no. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident.
So this is the power of the cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
I predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How was any of that supposed to help? See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the killed's guilty. Just declare him guilty and get on with it.
No. Everything's going all wrong. Shadu, what do I do?
As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever.
No, you're wrong.
But armed as we are with her benevolence in sight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt.
Then I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of hers.
By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it.
Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife.
I guess you really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance. And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy.
Well now.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
Certainly does sound worth seeing, and it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus.
Yeah, instead of a fanfic, this judge just tells his wife everything. Everything. Yeah, I definitely don't think we're going to get fully through this today, given how much we've got left. Because I'm not going to lie, I thought we would get through this a lot quicker than we have. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit.
Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced.
His wife runs the OnlyFans. My question is this. Is it the judge making videos? Or is it him and his wife? Because now I've got so many questions.
It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going.
It's the cock, so it's the wife only? Dear Lord. Dear Lord. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through.
How pitiful the defense looks. Still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
The fact that this man pulled out the big old
despair
just once again adds to the fact that that voice is perfect for him. Hey, Rafa. What you gonna do? There she is. her benevolence. Yep. Yep. I made the joke, and I was 100% right. I made the joke, and I was 100% right. I hate that I've figured out this game now in the writing style. I hate that I've done it. It took me all the games to do it, but I finally figured it out. I hate that I called that so much. Because for anybody that doesn't know and isn't an absolute nerd like myself, I stated earlier that, you know, our boy Albie's got a crush. Well, I figured, you know, that's why he was so excited to see her benevolence. I then made the joke that, oh, it's Anakin Skywalker and Padme. Anakin in episode 1 is 9 years old. He hits on a 14-year-old Padme. Your boy got it right on the money. I am very shocked that I got that right on the money. And the fact that her name is Rafa Padma Curian. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Your benevolence, Rafa Padma Curian. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney.
Yes?
I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts found on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
They're just science fiction nerds. They're just science fiction nerds. I love it. I love it. We got Doctor Who, we got Star Trek, now we got Star Wars. We're getting it all. When we get... Did they already reference Battlestar Galactica at some point? Because I would not be shocked. I just can't believe I called that. I can't believe I called the fact that it's Anakin Skywalker and Padme. I can't believe I... What's funny, too, is solely because I had seen her in the opening video package on the main menu, the only reason I made the joke was the fact that she looks like Padme. Well, I'm sorry, she looks like Queen Amidala. Which is just Padme. But people get annoyed. Yeah, but we don't know if that's a reference. We don't know if it's a reference or not. He shares the name, but we don't know if that's a reference. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story?
How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner?
Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything? He doesn't stand for shit. Fuck him. That's essentially what they said. Yikes. Looks like I really stuck my foot in... Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. I just want to say I do not agree with the Empire. Punish him, punish him, punish him, punish him, punish him.
Queen Amidala, I think things must be handled.
In comes Chancellor Palpatine. Behind all of this is actually just Chandler. It's actually just Palpatine running all of what's going on in this town. He's gonna give out an order.
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me?
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Well, well. Looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The world of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over.
All right, I take that back.
None of this prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Now then, your benevolence, the divination seance, if you would.
Technically, I hate it, but technically that's Chancellor Palpatine. Technically, the judge is Chancellor Palpatine. Technically.
Certainly. Nyan.
Yeah. Or no. Nina, that's what it would be.
Nina, my robe.
Okay.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Fucking voice acting out of fucking nowhere, okay. Okay, Queen Amidala. Let's do this.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
Until Darth Maul shows up, and then all eyes on the coolest fucking Sith Lord of them all.
O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me.
Misa don't know what you are doing. Jar Jar comes out of nowhere. Liam Neeson, is that you?
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Okay. I made the bossing Say joke earlier, but now she's just waterbending. She was waterbending. This is quite the show. Okay. Pain without love. Pain. Can't get enough. Pain. All I hear of. I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. Are we getting a divination seance or watching an AEW match? I mean, more divination seance than AEW match. There would have been a barbed wire chair that flew out of nowhere if it was an AEW match. John Moxley would have come through and just squashed her. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project a victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise.
So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced?
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie.
Really, really bad. Now do you see why I'm the incredible pain?
More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
No, yes. Very satisfying indeed. Now, are you finally convinced, Traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty.
I will say, one thing I do like about this, and this is from a, well-documented realism aspect of things, is we are supposedly in the Far East. So I would say Japan, I would assume. Because as we know, the Phoenix Wright games take place in what is believed to be America. So we're in the Far East. If you look at documentation, innocent people are essentially criminalized massively by the Japanese police force. At least they were. I don't know what the numbers are now, but it used to be a point of if they arrested you, you were guilty, it didn't matter. I do love that that is the way this is run, essentially. Because that's pretty spot on with how things were at one point. Am I really the only unbiased one here?
Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'll be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs.
The Defense Culpability Act? What's that?
What? You mean you honestly don't know?
No. This dude sucks! What's with all the hubbub? Translation takes place in a California where Japan never attacked Pearl Harbor. Okay. So World War II never happened? America never entered World War II, essentially? What a fucking timeline.
Well, well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him, and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he.
What? What kind of insane law is that?
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being a lawyer or being an attorney.
That's as it should be.
Oh. Woo. Whew. Damn. I don't remember who Cody is in Ace Attorney. And you're gonna have to give me like descriptors and like what he did for me to remember. Like just names are not gonna do it.
The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Exterminate! Exterminate! The entire crowd just suddenly, everybody looks really robotic all of a sudden. Exterminate! We must exterminate the lawyers. Now I'm just imagining David Tennant as Phoenix Wright, and I feel like that would be so much money. He's too old for the role, but it would be so much money. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? Exterminate! Oh, he was the fanboy in Steel Samurai. Yeah, okay. That, like, my brain was trying to think of all the kids in the game. And that's the only one I could think of, but I was like, I don't remember his name. Alright, yep. At least I was thinking the right guy. Exterminate. Timeout. I just want to point out that if the gallery is just a bunch of Daleks, does that make Gasp in Pain the master in this scenario? Because I don't like that he gets that. You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. You triggered my trap card. This boot to the head will knock some sense into you, dear Lord. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home. Fate brought me to the foothills of Carrion. I think my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now.
Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too.
That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Yes. I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. I think we should kill a 9-year-old.
The death penalty? No way. Oh, I remember that line. I vividly remember saying, "It's go time, baby. I'm on fire. Yeah." I vividly remember that. You're kidding me, right? Your Majesty?
Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark, tainted soul on the line here.
Death? This can't be happening.
The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land, where my seances prove the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused?
There's Maya to think of in all of this, too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? I just want to know what happens if I click abandon the defense. A trial I just happened to walk into. In a country I just happened to visit. How can I put my life on the line for something like this?
Let's do the Harlem Shake.
That is crazy that they kind of predicted the Harlem Shake there. But what about Albie? Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? To help those with no one on their side? I can't just abandon everything I believe in. You cut back to that suit. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. What? But Mr. Wright. The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without explanation. Or without examination.
Polkunga!
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past. But it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing, find the truth. That's all there is to it. Ooh. The fact they would throw in a Columbo reference, that's a choice. Because nobody's gonna be getting that. You're telling me a child's gonna be getting that reference? No, not in this day and age especially. Hell, not in that day and age. I get it being big in Japan because almost everything that's like out of date in America is huge in Japan. So you get that. Yeah, nobody in America is gonna get that. Hell, half the time I forget Columbo was a thing. How are you writing all of this so fast? Time out. It premiered in 1972? Is that when it premiered only in Japan? Because I could have sworn it was totally out before 72. I was about to say 1968 was the pilot. That's what I thought. 35 years? Okay, for anybody who ever wants to shit on Netflix and for how long they take between seasons, I just want to point out Columbo ran for 35 years. 35 years. It had 69 episodes. Nice. You can never shit on Netflix for taking time after that. So yeah, 1968 was technically when it started because that was the pilot. May not have continued till the 70s, but the pilot was 1960. Or 1968, so. So okay, it premiered a little bit later than America. I will say it speaks a lot to why all of their detective shows are so campy. Which isn't a bad thing, but that also explains a lot of why all of their detective shows are so damn campy. Yeah, it explains Gumshoe a little bit more, but I never took Gumshoe as like a Columbo type because he's a police chief. And for me, you'd have to be more kind of PI for me to think you're going the Columbo route, but because automatically I'm never gonna go there if somebody's a like police chief essentially. In something, I'm going more a Batman sense. I just got, are you sitting on Wikipedia? I feel like you're just copy and pasting Wikipedia at this point. Because I'm like, this is a lot to be typing out.
Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes.
Your benevolence? Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out. Phoenix. She's only 14.
Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
Oh shit, we're going to the Shadow Realm, boys. She's gonna hit us with a good old mind crush.
Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads.
Da, 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 da. Then that one guy still in the back. Exterminate! There's still one Dalek back there somehow, but he's still there. Ugh.
The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
I was about to say, do we have to watch you do the dance thing again?
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down?
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision?
Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch. All is laid bare in the pool of souls.
So, what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, right?
Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again.
Very well.
Okay. So what happened here? This was not after the Dance of Devotion. This was during the Dance of Devotion. Because the entire time he's hearing the Song of Ceremony. So this happened during the Dance of Devotion. The smelling incense, I don't know how that goes with anything. He hears a boy's voice, whether it be Albie or somebody else. And then finally, he's listening to 3 Days Grace's Pain, which is a great track. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? Yep. First, I'll use the L stick and make my way to the insight that seems off. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now I'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll select with triangle it. This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent, and then present.
Objection!
Wait just a moment.
Yes, what is it, Barbed Head?
You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the song of ceremony?
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Is that all that troubles you?
Huh?
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall.
Payne is working the vocal cords.
Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
We didn't jump a shark yet. Not yet. I feel like they're about to, but we haven't yet.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session.
There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. And Albie was all like, ah, ah. And I thought it was weird.
However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, Your Majesty.
It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne?
Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot.
Speakers? For what purpose?
Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance room, in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us?
Very well.
So, ceremony the victim heard was practice run through the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. Better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going. I'll try using pause to temporarily stop the vision. There. I paused the vision. Ooh. Don't know why I'm yawning, man. I think I can use circle and square to jump different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel here. Okay, now that I know how to get around in seance visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Alright. The cue swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. Pain, the victim's vision went dark. Okay. I'm gonna save right here for a second, because I'm not sure if this counts as what they want. Because the incense, I don't think comes into play for any of this. But the fact that we bring up the Song of Ceremony, and then you hear, you know, the accused's voice, essentially. Like, I feel like that has to play a part here. Alright, so that does nothing.
Yes, defense. Please be specific.
Well, I don't know how specific I can be exactly, but I just get the vague feeling that something doesn't quite add up. You know?
No, I don't know. But I do know you're skating on thin ice, defense. By your leave, your benevolence.
Do it. Do it.
Penalty.
Hmm.
Objection!
Yeah, this seems very confusing to me now. Because none of these seem to correspond with, you know, smell or sound outside of the one. So, I have a hard time, you know, picking out what makes sense here.
Objection!
Right. I wasn't sure if I could even pick just the basic image. Hmm. Alright. I'm gonna go to the walkthrough here just because. I'm not gonna lie, would have never picked pain, and that's why I was supposed to pick.
Objection!
I would have never done that. I would have never done that. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Okay, so the argument was he felt pain after everything went black.
Of course, as anyone with eyes can see.
Well, pardon me, but I must disagree.
What?
Your benevolence. Please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain.
Oh,
Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain.
inconceivable.
Now we're turning into the Princess Bride over here. This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened.
My word.
Pokunka, your benevolence. What is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
What the defense says is true is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection!
Now. Let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear this up.
Yeah, this has already felt more in-depth than a lot of the tutorial cases.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne?
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be?
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage. A blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it just slipped my mind.
Or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now that it's convenient. Payne.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers.
That's bullshit, because he could still hear it.
Oh, there was a blackout there, wasn't there? Well now, that explains everything. Does it not?
What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone.
Well done! Long may you live and prosper. Exterminate the lawyer! There's still that one dude back there, I bet. Hey! I want to live long and prosper too! These boys, they love their science fiction. Get the good live long and prosper reference? I love it. I fucking love it. I want to make sure I'm right on the fact that Anakin was 9 in episode 1. Yep, Anakin is 9. Though he turns 10 near the end of the film. And Padme is 14. They literally hit the nail on the fucking head. I love that I called that out perfectly. That's funny as hell.
Enough applause. You flatter me.
Now, Your Benevolence, in light of this new information,
Yes, of course, I will alter my insight.
So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with the new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights with the vision again, and see what else I can dig up. I've already figured this one out.
Objection!
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Ew, Phoenix. Ew. Find a better term. Your benevolence. As impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of the Curranism.
defense! Watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
What malarkey.
I believe you said a few minutes ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers.
What? Impossible!
What are you saying? That the song he heard was coming directly from the performance hall?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation.
But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall.
Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless...
You mean to say...
Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What?
You can't be serious.
There's a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence insights. Unbelievable.
Heed not this forked tongue, Your Majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer. A feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. I can't. We can't. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand.
I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
I don't.
Actually, I'm going to change him doing that. I'm just going to change it slightly. It's just going to become...
I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused has his hands over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream. And making it out of this nightmare alive.
You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you were just wagging it.
Of course, I can back up my claim. Just as soon as I think of something.
You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, Your Majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop.
Chop chop?
Yes. Let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop.
Stop, stop.
I hear that Lang lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one.
Yikes. These people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix. Think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? Oh no, you think the... That's not Winnie the Pooh at all. That's not Winnie the Pooh at all. He is a bear though. Just not that kind of bear. Aha! So that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie had his hands raised above his head.
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday.
You did? Where did you see such a thing?
When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest.
Oh, are you saying?
The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. I think your benevolence is dead.
Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be.
Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence?
He's no better than that treacherous snake.
Dirk? Or Durkay, probably? Treacherous snake? Or traitorous snake? Durkay? Who's that?
No. I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
So it's just Dirk. Or Durkay.
That's right, your benevolence. And I won't accept it either. It goes against all that we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for least majesty.
What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yeah, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Exterminate. These people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right. Exterminate. Exterminate.
I said peace! Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he?
Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
No. I can't charge him with lese majesty. With lese majesty.
What? What? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learn new information about the case.
Your Majesty. Not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insights can contain a contradiction.
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I don't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer.
No, my faith is as strong as ever. I've a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. You insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence. I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know.
Your benevolence! Please, acquiesce in this, your benevolence.
If looks could kill.
I won't forget this offense, Bardhead. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please see her benevolence out.
Oh yeah, this judge has massively more spine. Shockingly.
Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons, their will. The demons, their will. They'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then...
I guess she's still just a teenager after all.
Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it?
Me making a mess there. Trying to make a joke here. It's like, but it's just,
Now then, Mr. Light, was it?
indeed it was. We cut back and it's just Light Yagami just writing in the death notes. I love the idea of that. I think this, though, is the perfect place to save. As we get the dramatic portion of the judge throwing out her benevolence. And Phoenix being essentially, now by the judge, wrongly compared to Light Yagami. Which, that idea is funny as fuck. I will say, this is much more in-depth than most tutorials. Normally, by this point in the tutorial, we have already cross-examined the culprit, and are essentially putting them away. Here, he hasn't even taken the fucking stand. So they are going deep in. No, I would rather it be Light Yagami, mainly because I love the idea of you just cut back to the defense stand, and it's just Light Yagami and Ryuk right over his shoulder. I love that visual. Also, not a good defense attorney. At all, if that's the case. Alright. That is where we are going to call it for today. with that, let me get some music going. Make sure I don't blow my ears out. Also, make sure you guys can hear it. Whew! Vocal cords definitely got a workout though today. Whew! And I'm gonna have to do those vocal warm-ups next week for when we do this. Yeah, Albie be well dead by now if it was light. He'd be well dead. But with that, that's going to bring us to the end of this one. Dusk, appreciate you being here. If you're watching after the fact or just chilling in chat, I appreciate you too. We'll get back to this next week and get through this tutorial, more than likely, and start the next part, probably. Probably. Maybe, maybe not. It's taken so long, we might not even get through the tutorial by the end of next week. Who knows? Probably will, I would think, though. As for tomorrow, we'll be back with the Elite Four of our first run of Pokemon White. Maybe it'll be the end of Gen 5, Part 1. Who knows? I can only hope. And a heads up, just to have you guys, I'll tell you this next week as well, but given that I am leaving not next Saturday, but the Saturday after for vacation, the 31st, which is in 2 weeks, we will just do probably a movie, like a movie afternoon. It's probably going to be about 1 o'clock stream, and we'll probably just, I don't know, we might watch the FNAF movies, just to, since we haven't done that yet, we might do that for that Friday stream, but we're not going to do like anything overtly crazy for that stream, just so I don't have to worry about much. But yeah, that's the only change that's going to probably happen on that week before I go on vacation. Just wanted to say that right now. I'll remind you of that next week, so don't worry. But with that, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time.